this today. Welcome to Hey Chris. That's right, the official rebranding and renaming is official. And that is also totally not completely ripped off of literally every other advice show on the internet ever. Jumping right into it. Hey Chris. See, that's it. I just recently moved in with my grandparents due to family issues. Okay. My problem is that I've been here for 2 months, and it doesn't look like I'll be returning to my family's home in Georgia anytime soon. Wow, this is like actually me right now. I'm loving this. And this place still doesn't feel like home. Okay, well, and that feeling's gone. Also, I'm not really that close with my grandparents due to serious differences in what we believe, so that doesn't help either. I don't know what to do. Do you have any advice on how to possibly make this place feel more like home, or even just on how to make myself feel less lonely while I'm here? You are asking me how to feel less lonely. You know, when you're a kid, like, making friends is super easy because it's basically already picked out for you, right? With your parents or your school that you're seeing all day, every day. But when you become an adult and there's none of that anymore, making friends is surprisingly difficult. But there is a good difference in that when you're a kid, you're forced to be friends. When you're an adult, you can choose your friends, especially based on interests. Which is why I'm totally going to do the no-no and recommend you go on Facebook.com. And see if there are any local meetups happening in your areas. Like search your interest and then meetup or something, and hopefully that'll pan out for you. I got you. I should do that myself. I'm so lonely. Off to a good start. Ah! Never mind. Hey, Chris. Huh? Doesn't that sound good? Huh? I'm an introvert who recently graduated college and is living at home now with a full-time job and class once a week towards a master's degree. Freaking good on you! That's awesome! What do you need me for advice for? However, aside from those 2 social outings, I'm pretty much at home, which you think would be an introvert's dream, but after spending 2.5 years at college with friends all around me, it's actually pretty hard. Any ideas on finding things to do with people locally, or tips on staying in touch with friends both near and far? Thanks! These are way too real and relatable, hitting pretty close to home. The fact that you are going to classes once a week, to me, like, seems like your best bet. You know, see if there's someone in that class that you really jive with. I just unironically said jive. I am so sorry. And ask, like, after class if you can, you know, if they're down to hang out sometime. And if that doesn't pan out, I mean, there's still always Facebook. Ooh, giving that advice is more better than the coffee. Hey, Chris! Okay, that is getting kind of old. Maybe I won't do it every time. What are some tips on how to stay focused while editing? I get sidelined very easily. I can't. This is so freaking me. Are you actually kidding me? Honestly, man, what I find best is literally close everything else on your computer. Or just like make a new desktop if you're using a Mac. Somehow just get rid of all of the distractions, and I just get into like a caffeine-fueled rage. Also, find the time of day that works best for you, right? I used to get super hyper-focused late at night. That's when like all of the distractions of the day would melt away, like you wouldn't get any texts or phone calls. You could just focus 100% on what you're doing. And then time seems to like slip away as you get lost. Now that's more right now, like in the middle of the day. I don't know why it switched, but try editing in the morning and then in the afternoon and at night. With caffeine. His stuff is a godsend. So I'm a photographer, me, but I am really introverted. And you lost me. Extroverts for life! I can't stand talking with people. I have trouble communicating what I have in my brain, like poses and such. What's worse is that people sometimes don't take me seriously. I'm only 16. How can I show people that I mean business and I'm not just some kid? Any advice would be great. That's so funny that you specified that you were 16 because that is the age that I got into photography. But skills don't really have anything to do with age. In fact, if anything, your age is a benefit as like People usually start getting into photography in their like early 20s. You have like a 4-year head start on all of them, so that by the time that you get to the age when all your friends start like, oh, it would be nice to take pictures, wouldn't it? You already have a full flippin' portfolio, so yes, start frickin' now. The best way for people to know to take you seriously is when you have the skills to back it up. So maybe start out when you're learning with yourself. That's right. Put your camera in place, lock the focus, put it on 10-second timer, and do certain poses. Then edit them, make them look good, and post them on Instagram, and then you can have like almost like a portfolio of poses that you can just point someone to. They're like, what should I do with my hands? You pull out your phone, pull up a pose, and say, do this. Whoa! That was an actual, I think that's the first time I've given an actually like genuinely good answer this whole video. Ugh! So I have a small YouTube channel with 15 subscribers that I do with my little sister. The thing is, she can be controlling about what exactly we do on the channel. Therefore, I would like to start my own personal channel as a secondary channel. That seems like a great idea. I'm totally along for the ride. The problem is, I might not have time for both channels. I might not be able to stay consistent, and my sister will not like the idea of me abandoning her. Should I go ahead and start my own channel when I'm ready? P.S. Here is my channel link. And then I don't actually see a channel link, so, oof. This is like a pretty tricky situation because let's be honest, your side channel will probably become your main creative outlet, and therefore, in your mind, even not like, if not intentionally, just subconsciously your main channel. That's kind of what happened with mine. The channel that you give the most love to, you will get the most excited for. Unless you can use your channel as a way to help boost your main channel with your sister. You know, kind of as a like get to know me and who I am, and therefore people can appreciate your main channel with your sister. Or at least that's the way that you pitch it. And there you go. That's the end of my cup of coffee, so that's the end of the video. So remember, if you need life advice or just have general like questions, email me at pundiddly@gmail.com. I really need to get that. You know what? No. Email me at chrisporterhoward.com. That's right. I went ahead and registered the username, so I'm really going through with this. The only thing I have to... Frickin' Twitter! Chris Porter Howard is too long! It's too long, and I can't figure out a good, like, compromise. Chris Howard, that's taken. Chris Poor Howard, that's taken. Everything is taken, so I'm stuck with Pundiddly on just that, and I hate it, and I hate it, and I hate it. So yes, ask me for life advice.